Hello guys and welcome here to the Jello Cup Series. This is race number 29 here today from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Today we present to you the Food City 500. We're racing in the daytime. I was hoping to race at night, but due to Daytona Speed Weeks going on, we figured this was the best option. So hope you guys are enjoying the Daytona races thus far. I'm Brian James here in the booth. Starting on the pole today will be Diego Yepes in that number 00, and to his outside will be Matt Dixon. Let's waste no time. Let's show you the playoff scenarios right now. Of course, only two guys have clinched. You saw Jesse James won the last race, but because of that, no playoff driver won, so no one else locks in. But Zach Fitzwater has locked in. He has a 66-point advantage over the 13th place Nathan Faden. So he is now locked in to the round of 12. Dustin Davis can lock in if three guys DNF that are not him. So, and that would of course mark the first time in GCN history that a winless driver moves past the first round of the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Matt Dixon, he's got work to do. He's 31 points back. Frankly, even a good result I don't think is enough. He's going to have to go out there and win and move that cut line. And we'll see if he can do that. Of course, he's going to have to get by the defending champ. Or, not the defending champ, the Season 3 champ, Diego Yepes, who knows how to get through in these clutch situations. Let's show you your knockout qualifying results now. Chris Smith, Max Anderson, Frodo Marat, Stan Hummel, Rusty Potts, Keith Stevens, and Dylan Ibrahimian, they all advance to today's race. First time we've seen Rusty Potts in a while, so you know he's very happy to be in the field. So as we get going, of course, we also have a very short track, but I do want to remind you that we will have post-race coverage to show you guys who made the round of 12. So you won't want to miss that. But now let's actually take a look. Sorry, we're going to do this a little early, but we're going to show you your starting lineup here on the left-hand side of your screen, only because, of course, we have a very short track here. I don't want to have it overlap on the first lap. So there is your starting lineup. And here we go. Which playoff drivers will advance to the round of 12? Which 4 will be going home? That's going to be the big question. But without further delay, let's roll the intro. We'll be back with the green flag here in just a moment.
You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now.
And welcome back, guys. Here we go. We're getting ready to get going here at the last great Coliseum on this Saturday afternoon, a very chilly one here in Bristol, Tennessee, as the pace car, that'll peel off. It'll be Diego Yepes and Matt Dixon. The green flag is out, we're underway for the Food City 500. The former champ, he wastes no time getting out in front, as he has the lead. Here comes Matt Dixon. He knows, again, he needs points, but a win is the most likely way that he will make the playoffs. So he is going to press hard here, battle for that lead. But he doesn't want to be too aggressive early. He wants to be there at the end. So he's got to be smart about this. Of course, we had the tale of two races on Wednesday and Thursday nights. The Wednesday race, only one caution. The Thursday race was a wreck fest. So you got to wonder, will this be a wreck fest or will it be a calm, steady race? That'll be the big question. Of course, it is Bristol. Anything can happen. And of course, we'll get through one more round of the playoffs here in the month of February. We, of course, have Chicagoland. That is on Wednesday. The alleged final, well, we'll find out on Friday for sure, but it most likely will be the final midweek race of the season for these Cup guys. So that'll make him very happy. It'll make me very happy to not have to rush, but we'll see. Don't hold your breath on it. Just, you know, again, it's possible, but I'm not going to say yes or no yet. So then after that, we will go to Talladega, the final restrictor plate race before Ricky. And then, of course, we'll wrap up the round of 12 at the Charlotte Roval. And we anticipate we'll have Zach Fitzwater with us that race. So he won't want to miss this, of course. Saw back there Chase Miller was battling with the one of Chris Smith. And they're still side by side battling. But you notice these Cup guys so far, they're a lot more calm in this situation, which is shocking as Chris Smith hangs on to the position. But it's just shocking how calm they're being so early in this race. Of course, it's so hard to make up positions, but they're not. Oh, I spoke too soon. The caution is out. The 2 of Dylan Young, the 12 of Max Anderson, the 37, Keith Stevens, the 10. Oh, Matt Dixon's involved. So is Patrick Smith. And this might cost Dylan Young a chance to advance. I believe that would be for the second straight season Dylan Young will go out in the first round. Not how you want to make it through these playoffs. We're, of course, going to wait, see if they pit here. You see the 19 Frodo Marazzi's being held on the pit lane. And now the leaders come in, but Matt Dixon's going to have some work to do on that car. See, Yepes is in. He'll do right sides. And he'll do a full 4 tire exchange here. And Patrick Smith is already on the pit lane. That's going to ruin his day. Again, if 3 cars DNF, Dustin Davis is in the next round of the playoffs. That's assuming Matt Dixon or someone below that cut line doesn't win. But you see the 0-0 out and away. Let's go see what happened. Looks like the 10 of Sky Commons, he bounces off his teammate Zach Fitzwater, and then he tries to get back up in line. I don't think he saw the 37 there. And up and over goes Sky Commons, and this just drags Dylan Young into it. Nathan Faden as well. And just a bunch of more drivers. And such a tough break. Sky Commons, Dylan Young, they're going to have to wait to see how this race transpires. But I don't think it looks promising for them to advance. Let's take you back to the green. Here we go. We are getting ready for the restart. We can confirm to you Dustin Davis will move on to the round of 12. So he is the first winless driver to ever do so. But Diego Yepes for now, he'll lead us back to the green. We're back underway at Bristol. So we want to congratulate Dustin Davis. He has now kind of made history. He's the first winless driver to ever advance past the first round of the playoffs. We'll see if Michael Collins can join him in that history book. And of course, so another thing, you saw the guys out of the race. Sky Commons, Dylan Young, 2 of the playoff drivers. Dylan Young only held a 9-point advantage over the cut line, so more than likely he's out. Sky Commons, a 22-point advantage. And of course Patrick Smith also out of the race. It's not looking good for those 3. But I wouldn't doubt, here's the thing, I think one of them will move on, and it'll more than likely be Sky Commons. But I mean, there's a very cautious optimism. So I mean, this is just going to be hold your breath for the next almost 50 laps. As Diego Yepes continues to lead, keep in mind Diego Yepes is 8 points above that cut line. But of course a win would definitely solidify him advancing. And he needs playoff points. I mean, when this reset does happen, if Michael Collins is out, he would drop to the final seed in the next, or he would drop to 12th in the standings no matter what. So you know he's got his eyes set on the win. But of course so does that 66 of Jesse James. And keep this in mind, if he wins this race, he puts that 66 team into the first 5 races for next season, no matter what happens the rest of the way. So very crucial to keep an eye on them, because they could be the second team to do so. And of course, that would mean one of those teams between 17 and 20th in the standings, they're going to get bumped. There's going to be less spaces for them. You see there, Chase Miller trying to put the pressure on Diego Yepes, or on Jesse James there, but just can't get to the bumper. But Jesse James is right on the bumper of the 0-0. And he wants to make something happen. Now Chase Miller sticks his nose in there. Keep in mind, if he moves Jesse James to the high side, this could be a battle for the lead. Because again, that high line just so much quicker, but everyone seems to love that traction compound on the bottom lane. Another thing to keep in mind, Zach Fitzwater, he's currently in 30th. He's a lap down. It's not looking like a good day if you're Fitzy, but he's locked in, so he has nothing to worry about. Oh, wreck in front, and that's Carter Joey this time. But Alexander Rose involved, so is the 96 of Astrid Flores. The caution is definitely coming out here. See, everyone had to play basically avoidance right there. They're going to want to back it down. You see the 00 catches a bit of the 11. Now it's going to be fun because all these guys have to race around the 00, and they'll do so cleanly. Only a little scuff for the 00, I'm sure. But that's Bristol Racing. And they will pit once again. But I was going to say about Zach Fitzwater, keep in mind, he wants to hold this points lead at the end of today, because if he does, that's an extra 2 playoff points. That would give him 39 playoff points entering the round of 12, because again, the new rule this year, the points leader at the end of the round of 16 and the round of 12, they get an additional 2 playoff points to their total. But the guy that's chasing him is Dustin Davis, who enters in 14th. Well, obviously not an accurate position at this point. Here comes the 00. Does he win the race off? Doesn't look like he's going to. Eric Faden with some strategy. He'll win the race off the pit lane. Let's go see what happened. Carter Joey just kept bouncing off the wall, bouncing into the 27, bounces off the wall again, and unfortunately hooks the 27 Alexander Rowe. He goes hard into that outside wall. And the tough season for the outgoing defending champion just continues here. See, everybody had to go low to avoid it. And then Astrid Flores nowhere to go except into the back of him. Michael Collins gets some damage out of that too, and he's another guy fighting for his life. We'll see how that damage impacts them, but a tough break for the outgoing defending champ. Let's take you back to the green. Here we go. We're getting ready for the restart. And Astrid Flores joins the guys out of the race already, and it's going to be Eric Faden restarting in the race lead. Then it'll be Diego Yepes, Chase Miller, Dallas Jordan, Dylan Ibrahimian rounding out your top 5. It's Jordan Anderson, Casey Naneko, Dick Clark, Matt Dixon, and Tim Randolph. That's the top 10. And we are back underway. And it's also going to be a lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's Angriness as the 19 is dead ahead. Actually, the 19's getting away, which is shocking. But he's definitely going to create an issue in the battle for the race lead. Oh, the 8 had to check up. Diego Yepes putting the pressure on Eric Faden there. He wants that position. He knows Chase Miller is back there. And this is a chance to advance. Now, I mean, Diego Yepes, he's safe. But this is playoff points at stake right now. And he knows he needs the playoff points. Dallas Jordan with an issue. A tough break for the 53. The caution is out. And the good news for Frode Maratz, he'll get around. He'll get to run around these guys here. But Michael Collins with damage. Same with Nathan Faden, and this might put an end to their playoff hopes. Now you wonder, do these guys catch a break? Because if Nathan Faden and Michael Collins both wrecked out, Matt Dixon could still sneak in. But it's highly unlikely. Mohamed Zain Abdullah, we haven't heard much from him all day, and it looks like he's going to stay out. But is he on the lead lap? So now you wonder, are Dylan Young and Sky Commons safe? Is Patrick Smith safe? I think now this is the scratch your head moment. Maybe you'll just be safe enough. And keep in mind, Dylan Young is trying not to go out in the first round. Oh, you see some strategy being played. In the race off the pit lane, it looks like it's won by Diego Yepes. Let's go see what happened. Some misfortune entering turn 1, and it's Tyler Faden and Charles Sanford. They get together, then Nathan Faden just piles in there. This brings the 11 into it and just blocks all of turn 1 right here. This playoff picture is getting interesting. That's all I gotta say. We'll take you back to the green here in just a moment. Not what Dylan Young, Sky Commons, Patrick Smith, not what these guys want to see. Mohamed Zain Abdullah stays out. He becomes the race leader. It'll be Mohamed Zain Abdullah, Mitchell Collins, Diego Yepes, Dylan Ibrahimi, Casey Naneko. That'll be our top 5 on the restart. And we're back underway at Bristol. Another thing to keep in mind, Zach Fitzwater is racing to get his lap back. He needs to get around that 17, and we'll see if he can do so. Mitchell Collins is in second, but he's got heavy damage to his race car. How is that going to impact him? As you see, the 21 pitting, and it backs up the whole field. Man, Zach Fitzwater is right there. He knows this is his shot. And if he can get back on the lead lap, he can make something happen, because guess what? Dustin Davis just climbed into the top 10. Talk about things you needed that you did not need to see. And it's Dustin Davis climbing into the top 10. He's currently in 10th. Fitzwater's in 24th. It's not going to cost him the points lead, but you got to imagine he crawls any further forward there, it's going to cost him. But Mohamed Zain Abdullah, he continues to lead, and keep in mind, Mohamed Zain Abdullah was in the running for that regular season championship. Him and Fitzwater were battling with Dustin Davis for that position. Is there maybe a feeling of, you know what, I couldn't win the regular season championship, so now I'm not going to help you out? And I know they're not teammates, and that just makes the competition more steep here. Let's see, Fitzwater is there, and I think he's going to have to make something happen right now. Let's say he's going to have to use the bumper if he has to. Not because Diego Yepes is coming, That's not the concern. The concern is these cautions fly sometimes in the middle of runs. And you don't want to be stuck behind the 17 on a long run. Especially if the caution comes out, because then you're trapped one lap down. We got 15 laps to go. And you see Mohammed Zain Abdullah is just checked out. But he's got his own problems right now. He is under pressure from Zach Fitzwater. You see Fitzwater moves up a lane. Is the 17 pitting? No. Maybe Fitzwater experimenting. You see there, Dallas Jordan has caught him, so has the 00. But the 00's got a lot of work to do, and just, I don't know about enough time. If we get an overtime restart, of course. And we're closing in on the point where you gotta wonder, if we get a caution here, could it cause overtime? This would be the second straight race in a row that GCN overtime would be needed if it were to happen. You see that package they're running, just not that good. And they're just lined up like a train. But Mohammed Zain Abdullah is the leader. Again, next round it consists of Chicagoland, Talladega, and the Charlotte Roval. Here goes the 4. He wants his lap back. He doesn't want to have to rely on a free pass if overtime is needed. But Mohammed Zain Abdullah has got that outside lane and he'll hang on. 5 laps to go. Here comes Dallas Jordan. And this now opens the door for Yepes to get around these guys, and it just won't happen. Well, actually, he'll get his nose down there. 4 to go. And Mohammed Zain Abdullah had to pit. This hands the lead to Diego Yepes. And it helps the 4 get back on the lead lap. With 3 laps of racing to go. Again, we have overtime at our dispense as we come close to 2 laps to go. But if Diego Yepes makes it to the line and takes the white flag, and oh, Fitzwater's got a pit too. Not good for the 4 team. Here is Dylan Ibrahimian. As the white flag will fly, it's going to be 1 lap of racing to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. So we won't have overtime. In the caution's out, but the leader took the white flag. It won't matter. Lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's Angerness is through turns 3 and 4. Diego Yepes will win at Bristol and advance to the round of 12. Again, we told you that caution does not matter. As you see, the 53 Dallas Jordan is around. The 88 gets collected into it. You see all these guys having to cycle around. Under caution, again, the rule is the leader takes the white flag. The race is over no matter what. And Diego Yepes did that. But now's the point where we find out what brought out the caution here to end the race for the rest of the field. Looks like the 7 and the 32, they just skipped together battling for the 11th spot. And right up into the wall. It doesn't really drag anybody else into it, thankfully. But a tough break for Joshua Sakali and Brandon Harris. And not the way a lot of these guys wanted to see the race end. But we'll take you, or we're going to be back in 15 seconds. We want to show you your results first, though. And we'll be back with your standings as we show you who advances to the round of 12 here on GCN in just a moment. Hello guys, and welcome here to the post-race show for the Food City 500 at Bristol. Congratulations to Diego Yepes. He gets his second win of the year, and he will now advance. He will join Casey Naneko and Zach Fitzwater in advancing to the round of 12 on points and or by wins. So now we get to determine the other 9 drivers that will advance and join those 3. So first, let's show you your full point standings. So of course, Carter Joey, Dustin Davis, Carter Joey, Nate Rattray, Dick Clark, Chase Miller, Sky Commons, Patrick Smith, and Scott Upton. They are 11 of those guys. Those are 8 of those guys that will advance to the playoffs. You notice in the 12th and 13th places, it's Dylan Young and Nathan Faden. Now they are tied at 2,057 points. How this works though is the tiebreaker goes by wins and then it goes by playoff points. They both had 1 win. Nathan Faden had the advantage in playoff points as he has 7 to Dylan Young's 6. So for the second straight season, Dylan Young is eliminated in the first round, and that is a tough break for that Team Penske crew. They worked so hard all year, but they will be joining Matt Dixon, Mohammed Zain Abdullah, and Michael Collins as drivers who did not advance. And Matt Dixon crawled his way up to 3 points. He missed it by 3 points. That's a heartbreak for him. But now those guys will not be racing for a championship, unfortunately. We want to thank you for watching, and we will see you on Wednesday night when the Jello Cup Series kicks off the round of 12 at Chicagoland. Until then, goodbye everyone.